Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you? Can you
I'm
see
doing well.
us?
I can see you. I can see Rick. I can see Brenda.
Hey, we
I
got a
see
full
everybody.
Morning.
day.
Well, unfortunately, I'm getting ready to leave.
You
Well,
shall.
thank you very much.
Where are you heading?
I am going to Tennessee.
You
What's
live
in
in Tennessee, practically.
Were you going to get a new guitar?
I wish.
You have to take Betsy with you.
right?
Hey, if you're going to buy one, that is the place to buy.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean, it
That's
is.
what he said.
That's the place I would. That's where I'd buy.
Oh, well, what store is it in Tennessee that you bought from?
Do what?
What store in Tennessee did you buy it from?
I haven't bought one yet from them, but if I was going to buy one, it would be.
But where? From where? What store? Or do you shop at the roadside sales counter?
Called the Music Outlet in Sevierville.
It's right next door to the
Oh,
Sasquatch store.
that's where New Bucky's is opening.
Oh, then that's close to Kristen, right?
An hour maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'm heading now to go to a Jeep thing.
Oh, a Jeep rally. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I was at a restaurant last night and I thought I saw your Wrangler. I said he came to Georgia and didn't tell us.
No, I was actually supposed to come down there today, and it fell through. We were supposed to go see Kaylin's new place.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that?
I don't know. Some cabin on the river, actually.
Somewhat
A cabin on the river.
close to Cleveland.
Yeah, fairly close. I don't know how close. Is Dahlonega?
Well, yeah, Donahue. Yeah.
Was 30 or more?
I'm sorry, Rick.
That 30 minutes away or more?
From Cleveland. That's about right, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to hop off here so I can drive.
Okay.
Be
Love
safe.
you.
Love you.
So they wave.
Hey, Alex.
Bye, guys. Have fun.
So I meant to ask how she likes working days.
I know,
Yeah.
right? And if that, I wonder if that means she's off weekends.
Yeah, evidently, yeah.
Huh. Hi, Brenda.
Hi.
It's nice to see you this morning.
I can't see you.
Oh, no.
There you go.
So, maybe it's all of our different devices. Can you see Mom too?
3/4 of her.
3/4 of me and 3/4 of her?
No, all of you now, and 3/4 of Mom.
Okay.
Well,
Let's see.
you can go back and watch it on YouTube, and the whole thing is there.
Oh, there she is.
There we go.
Are you feeling better, Mom?
I don't know. Not really.
Oh,
Did-
have you been in bed all week?
No, I just went to the doctor.
And
They don't know yet.
They gave her some medicine to try.
Did they find a pacemaker mechanic to come out?
No, but I think he was talking about the pacemaker needs to be replaced. She's got this new machine and it doesn't work because she needs a different pacemaker. So kind of doesn't make sense that they brought the machine out before they put the new pacemaker in.
The pacemaker is not working.
so are they? Do you have a date for them to replace it?
It's got a dead battery.
No, I know, but do they have a date scheduled so that you can get a new one?
They got a schedule to check and see if my arteries are clogged up. June 20th.
But shouldn't they be concerned about having the pacemaker work?
Right. I think they're trying to do something with the pacemaker. That pacemaker person's supposed to be called Bob, but I don't know when that is. Was that one of the dates that she was making for you? Because they want to check sure there's no clogs in the stent.
Right. No clogs in the stent. All
No
about
clogs. Pipe's got to be clear.
I tell you what, that sure did hurt.
what's that?
What hurt?
Well, I had a spell with my heart. Had a nitroglycerin, and it was really bad.
Well, they're trying to get you an earlier date than June 20th, or?
No, because Betsy's gonna be gone, so they could only do it, the first one was June the 1st, and Betsy's not here. And so when she gets back, June the 20th, she can take me over to Leesburg.
Oh, we can all go together.
Yep, right. Yep, that's right.
When do you get there, Brenda?
Whenever I drive after Crystal Beach.
Right.
Over.
I
So the 13th or 14th, something like that.
was thinking
Flag Day.
we'd be back on the 14th. Maybe the 13th. We'll leave the 12th. I'll get us a place to stay en route because I don't want to drive all the way straight. Unlike you who want to drive over straight. No, I'm not doing that. We'll go over and stay at a place. So we might get back late on the 14th.
But it's 12 hours, right?
It's 11, 12 hours. So maybe we'll
On
be
the
back. Yeah, maybe we'll be back on the 13th.
13th, yeah.
I've been telling everybody I'm home on the 14th, so I don't have to worry about rushing.
Right.
Because who knows what kind of weather we'll have. And
Oh, I need to let you know that I won't be there until second, third, fourth, the 4th,
okay,
later, because Peyton has lacrosse tournament in Dallas.
right,
So I'm driving from Colorado to Dallas
good,
and watching him play, and then I'll drive to Crystal Beach.
excellent. I was wondering if you were going to stop to see them, but you are kind of.
Oh yeah, well, and then they may come for a couple days to Crystal Beach if there's room. Khakis. She said she'd talk to you.
Yeah. Okay. They had said that weekend, the first weekend, they probably would be with doing some kids stuff, but
Yeah.
the second weekend is perfect.
Well, no, they would. The way Khaki told me, and this, of course, it can change because of kids and everything else, is that they would come during the week.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Well,
Just a couple days. But they would talk to you about it, and I went, okay.
Yes.
okay, great. Sounds good. I'll talk to her.
Okay.
That's great. So that works fine, Brenda.
That's fine.
Okay. Just and it cuts
Thanks,
and
man.
it takes my time down some from driving too.
Right, absolutely. I think that's awesome.
So to go to Dallas and then and then drive.
I think it's awesome that you get to stop and see him play lacrosse. That's awesome. I like watching lacrosse. I went to a lacrosse game for one of the guys that I took a class from every time they came to town up from Austin. It was just so much fun. It was like, these guys can catch this ball and
And he's excited for me to see him, so
yeah.
So, are his games broadcast or streamed anywhere?
I don't know. This will be the first time we'll be seeing him play lacrosse.
Well, let us know if there is. So.
Okay, will do.
My walking buddy Serge, his granddaughter plays lacrosse at Stetson, so he's always going to watch her game.
Yeah, he's excited that I'm coming. So
Good, that's awesome.
yeah.
Where is Stetson?
Apparently they have that's usually I think in New Jersey, but I think that he goes over to Eastern Florida, so it's somewhere on the East Coast here. I don't know if it's Fort Lauderdale, north of Fort Lauderdale. I don't know. I'm not asked. I just know that he and his wife take off and go over for the day. They get somebody to check in on the dog while they're gone, and they take the kids and her mom out to eat, and then they come back. It's a whole day affair. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Did Serge play lacrosse?
No, he didn't. He's just very impressed with his grandchildren and he had, what do you call them? Kids that come over from overseas? Exchange students.
Yes.
He and his wife had exchange students. And one of them is coming next weekend to visit, which is very sweet, from Spain, an exchange student from Spain. And, he and his wife enjoy having the kids around, the kids and grandkids.
Yep.
He's been retired. He and his wife have been retired at 55, so they've been here 20 years.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me at Lori's funeral.
Yeah, so they seem to really get into it. The first few years, they did a lot of musical activities and shows and things like that, where they got involved in. His wife got involved in acting, and he did all the back end stage stuff. And then they evolved from that to something else. And today, his wife teaches line dancing and Zumba.
Oh, nice.
How old is she?
And she does DJing for anybody that wants to pay her to come and do
So
DJing.
he's 75, I would guess.
Yeah, he's 75.
20 years, 75.
Yeah, and he told me yesterday, he said he told his wife that when he first met her, because it's his second wife, he said, you can at 55, if that's okay with you, then you can hang out with me and we can save money and come up with a plan so that we can retire. And she said, sure. So they sucked all their money away until they retired. So, because he just worked for a utility company.
She's the same age as Serge?
Yes.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great plan, great couple.
Right. They're fun. They're fun to be around.
Now, how old is Serge's dog?
2. That's why Paprika and Coco get along. Peppy.
Because they're both puppies.
They're both puppies, meaning that we met at the dog park, and his dog was born in March. My dog was born in January. So, in fact, his dog was born on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. But they were puppies, and they played well with each other. They loved each other, and then he started going to different places. So I just started following him to the woods or to another park or to this park, because Paprika likes to play with other dogs, but she really likes playing with Coco. Coco will play with every dog, but Paprika will stand back and wait until she's done with the other dogs, and then she'll go play with her. She'll go down there, move around. She just really loves Coco. She just doesn't want to play with Coco with other dogs. Sounds like
she doesn't want to share her time.
I know, it sounds like a high school situation where, well, I don't want you to be friends with them. I only want you as my. That's how Paprika is.
So,
life of the party.
Grayson and Hayden have games, or does Grayson have games today?
Football playoffs, because
Oh, wow.
it got rained out on Sunday. We were there 30 minutes, and then they called it, and I'm going, oh my goodness, you guys could have called it for the 8:00 game, because we were a 9:00 game.
Right.
And really, it's because of the field.
Yeah.
Not that it was raining. It was because of the field. And but they should have called them. I mean, have them play and then stop at halftime was not very fun.
Is it flag?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we're not at 6, right?
What?
We're not doing tackling at 6, right?
Oh no. You couldn't get Grayson to do that.
Does he have a position?
All of them.
They run together.
all positions.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, like I told you, Justin's on the sideline trying to help him now. It's really cute.
I walk in the mornings by the soccer fields, and today, of course, they started this early, and you could just watching all the parents giving advice.
Yep. Yeah.
And grandparents.
And I think the only reason Justin does it is because the coach does not. So Justin wants Grayson to learn positions. And I think that's what prompted him, because Justin was getting frustrated that Grayson wasn't understanding positions and where he needed to be on the field and what he needed to do and all of that. So I think it got the best of him. So he's now coaching his son how to be on the field.
Has he
Wow.
thought about
But
coaching?
but not football because it's different.
Yeah.
Has Justin thought about coaching?
Justin would love to coach, but he will not coach his son.
But he is.
Huh?
But he is.
Well, sort of. I mean, he's trying to be a good dad,
Yeah.
but his expectation is pretty high because Justin is loves sports.
Right.
Right.
And so he feels like that would not be a good thing, but for the relationship between his son and himself. So he's
Martha,
he's not going to coach.
whose
But
whose family is it? Is it the Manning family or the Brady family, or who is a family that has sons that were coached by their dad?
The Mannings.
The
yeah.
man, right?
Archie.
So Justin has been a coach, basketball coach, and other things, but um, he just realizes that he should not coach his son. I mean, because he has high expectations because he's been a coach and he loves those games. So, and
Yeah,
I think that's pretty wise
yeah,
of Justin to not do that. I mean, because he wants to build the relationship, not hurt it.
right. And he's so, Grayson is so young. There's no big deals right now in the game. So,
Well, and he is so little. He's so much smaller than the other kids.
right.
So, we'll see where Grayson lands as far as what he really likes to do.
Are they planning a party for him?
Already
Had it.
had it on May 6th. Um, we went to a trampoline place,
Oh, nice.
and Amy's mom was here, and so Amy's mom and I and Amy and Justin, we all helped decorate this room, and
Okay.
it was a lot of work.
It's not till the 26th.
Right, but they needed to do it before the end of school because the last day of school is the 26th, his birthday.
Okay.
And so because he wanted friends to be there.
Yeah.
So they needed to plan it earlier.
Okay.
Because people start leaving to go out of town for vacation, for Memorial Day, and it's just been so it was smart.
I'm going to move my birthday.
Are you?
Ha, no, I'm teasing. I always thought,
So the first?
everybody always goes out of town, go away for Christmas, going to other parties.
Well, the good thing about doing that is then you get more celebration because
There you go.
there are people that will just observe your regular birthday.
That's
So
right.
I didn't give him his gifts. I told Amy and Justin I'd wait until the 26th. That way he'd have something that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had so many gifts from the kids that came to the party. It would have just,
It got
I was
lost.
just,
Would have been lost.
it would have been lost. And so I'm so glad I decided to just wait.
Yeah.
And so,
I shipped off this gift and a little side thing for Hayden because I always do that with the kids, And I forgot I got to call Amy tomorrow because I always picked it. I talked to Amy, figured out what they wanted, and then would pick it out, put it in the basket, and then Lori said, "Oh, I'll take care of ordering, getting it shipped out there." And last night, after I ordered it on Thursday night, after I talked with Amy and I shipped it, and I realized, oh my God, there's a box. When I went to order something else, there's a box there that says, "Is this a gift?" So I'm gonna have to call her and let her know that. Will she wrap them or do something with them? So
she will. Just let her know. You can text her or call her or anything. Just let her know. I mean, they get lots of things from Amazon.
yeah, right. Well, it's addressed to Grayson, so
Oh, it is addressed to him?
it's addressed to
So,
him, but it's got Hayden's little gift.
oh, yeah.
She says she was into the cocoa melons, so I bought her some little handheld cocoa melons.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
She is. They have lots of toys.
I know,
They have lots of toys,
What is a cocoa mallet?
Their house for the toys.
right?
Remember that bedroom that we had on Lyndhurst, how big it was? It was like the full length of the house. Oh, you don't remember?
Not those. I mean, I only remember some things because of pictures, but no, I don't remember.
That was do you remember that big, huge room, Tom, at
No, I
all?
just remember my room. It was a small room right there
Yeah.
with the pigeons.
Right, and they were shooting at pigeons, but the room that I was in with Brenda was this long room, and man, that's the kind of room they need. It's like a rec room.
Well, they have the basements full of toys and
Oh, okay.
Justin's workout equipment.
Well, there you go.
All,
There's
all,
that. That's
all,
good.
do all houses there have basements?
No,
No, it just depends.
I don't think our other house had a basement, did it?
What?
Did the first house we go to out there have a basement in Fort
No,
Collins?
no,
I think so. That's what I was thinking. This one.
no. I mean, this one's better for them to, have toys upstairs and downstairs and in the room.
In the living room.
Yeah, I think they should have bunk beds, and that way they could have more toys in their room.
Yeah.
I mean, they do great. I mean, but they have full size beds in their room,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and that's for guests. Or they gave a big size bed to Grayson, and anyway, so. But I mean, it works, and that's nice. They have that basement.
Mom, how was Chili's for Applebee's? What you go to Applebee's?
Applebee's, it was great.
Yeah,
It was,
what'd you get?
I didn't eat.
Oh, you didn't?
She was on a social.
Huh?
She was on a social.
Yeah, I went with Wayne.
On a date?
No, not hardly.
He is so sweet. He is so sweet to her.
But you didn't eat?
No, I went for a drink.
Oh, you went. Oh, okay. I wasn't following. Sorry.
Yeah, just went to the bar.
What'd you have?
Red wine.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was all right.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Not every Pinot Noir is the same.
Right.
She ordered one last night at the Americana. We went over there and had a bite to eat. And, she ordered the wine. I'm like, I don't think you like the wine here. She says, I don't think they've sold the Pinot Noir before. And I'm like, okay. So she got it. And she had gracefully asked let me taste it first after I wondered if she should be getting it. And she did. And she was like, oh, this is awful. So I smelled it. And it smelled awful. It had an awful smell to it.
Oh.
But it was a Pinot Noir, but they're not all created equal.
No. They're all made different from different places.
Did it smell vinegary?
It smelled not vinegary. How would you say it was?
I can't smell.
It was
so
more
I
of
don't
a
know.
dry, burnt smell kind of thing. I don't know if burnt's the right word, but it was almost like some dry fruit that wasn't sweet. It wasn't sweet.
So I got a Jim Beam and water.
Yeah. Well, I say, that's why you smell the wine.
Well, I smell her wine so I can tell her which ones I know she likes. So she likes the one at Outback, the La Crema. So, although we did, when we were in Asheville, we went to a little package store next to a blues venue, and we got her La Crema because I thought that's what she would like, so she didn't have to order a glass and pay as much for a glass as you pay for the wine itself, the bottle of wine. So we took it back to the room, and she opened it, and oh my God, it must have been on the shelf for 20 more years, and it didn't age well. So she didn't drink it. She threw that bottle away.
Do you drink alcohol, Tom?
I do.
Yeah. What do you drink?
Beer.
Beer. That's what Justin misses so much.
Really?
Yeah, he loves beer.
I bought a glass of Yingling last night, and I think Thea drank half of it. You know, I pretty much, I'll occasionally have a glass uh, of beer, you know, for the last 20, 30 years. In fact, it's so rare that I would have more than one that if I ordered a second one, the girls, including Thea, will get upset. You know, what's wrong? You know, it's just a second beer.
Right.
When I went to this brewery here in Wellington to learn how to do a knit a blanket, um, I got a free glass of beer. And I thought, since I don't like the smell of beer, that I should get one that has fruit in it.
Grapefruit's always a good choice.
Um, it was awful. It was a blueberry lime. It was awful.
If
It was
you,
awful, awful, awful. And then she let me try a different one because I told her, I said, just let me taste it. And that was awful. And then I tried another one and that was awful too. And Justin said, well, just get a regular beer, Mom.
Right.
well, next time, given the choice, try a grapefruit. Grapefruits of the different brands I've had, they're quite tasty, and
Yeah.
it brings a whole new dimension to a beer, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin said, just stop trying to get fruit.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. You know, you guys know I used to make my own beer.
Yeah.
I used to mix different malts and different.
When you were in Asheville, right?
No, when I was in
No.
Florida in Homestead.
Oh, Homestead. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
and, it was all quite good. There's nothing like a good ale because that's what I made is more of an ale, not a light beer, but a light um, ale, not a stout ale.
Yeah, I'm not much on anything with a heavy aftertaste.
Yeah.
I like to
oh.
taste it and then be done with it.
Oh,
I would,
Ryan has always wanted me to try lots of different things, and I have. But dark beer, definitely not.
no, that's too
I
stout.
can't do that one at all. But I can't get past the smell, so it's hard for me to put it on my lips.
I was going to say, I don't know why you would even bother if it's something you don't like. Just go for what you
Oh,
like.
Well,
I don't like it, but you know I try it. So
I disliked beer until I was 19, I think, and I was helping a guy put a modular home on his basement that they was being trucked in, and it was about 100 degrees in the upper 90s, 100 degrees, and I forget where it was, but it was so hot, and we were about 2 or 3 hours into it, and he went and got some cold beer, and that was the best tasting thing I'd ever had in my life, and that changed my outlook on beer.
Yeah.
well, I lived in Germany for 9.5 years and never tasted beer. Never. Go to Japan and I have to drink a beer because they were doing a cheer. I mean, they were toasting.
Okay.
And a Japanese man handed me one and he watched me drink it. I mean, and and you had to. But
Well,
that's the first time I tasted beer was in Japan.
that was a rice beer, though, right?
Yeah,
How was it?
awful,
Okay.
But Brenda,
awful.
Dan taught me that you had to have a no thank you helping when you were
Yep,
on.
yep. I tried to teach that to Grayson and Hayden too when they're with. I'll say it's a no thank you. You have to taste it.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty funny. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
well, I
thought,
think that's how we were raised, right? You had to taste everything on your plate.
Right.
yeah, but I like the way they put it. It's you must taste something, but it's a no thank you in your head. No thank you helping. Look, I'm going to taste it, but then I'm done.
Hmm.
Well,
And
Okay.
sometimes they go back and say, "Oh, I do like this."
Yeah.
So
what were you gonna say, Mom?
What kind of beer do you drink?
Me?
Yeah.
Nowadays I usually drink Yingling. I'll drink Dos Equis. But from most of the time I drank beer, it was Miller Lite or something like that. Nothing heavy. Wimpy beer.
Wimpy beer. Yep, that's wimpy beer.
I don't think they
I
classify Dos
don't drink
Equis
it.
or Yingling as wimpy beer, but certainly Miller Lite is.
Yeah.
But those days ended when I turned 30. So it was like, go to the refrigerator and say, I need a beer. And I said, there's something wrong with this thought. So that was the end of that.
What did Dad drink? He drank beer, didn't he?
Budweiser.
Mom?
Yeah.
Budweiser.
Budweiser.
And Dwayne drinks Bud Light.
Well, they didn't have Bud Light. Oh, Dwayne drank.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, they didn't have it with Dad. Yeah.
Somebody drank Pabst, didn't they?
Who drank Pabst? Somebody did, because we sometimes had it in the house.
I don't remember who.
Did Aunt Sue drink beer?
Didn't she drink wine?
I
I
think
don't remember.
No, Grandma drank bourbon or something like that.
Yeah.
Grandma would come in the door, Tom, talking to Dad, fix me a drink.
Oh, really?
Listen, I don't remember that.
Oh, I do. We lived on Christian Avenue. She'd come in all fixed up, nice high heels, having worked.
Did she have a wig on?
I don't remember that. I know her hair always looked nice. Marianne across the street always has beautiful hair, and within the first year, she said she wears wigs, and you'd never know she has wigs on except her hair is perfect. Now I've seen her without her wigs on, and I see that her hair is not perfect. It's kind of wimpy and thin, so I see why she wears wigs, and she goes to the wig.
It's so funny because, Grandma quit wearing wigs around me because I would pull them off.
Did you really?
I did. I just didn't think she needed to wear a wig, and
Hi.
awful girl, but I did pull them off.
I'm not so sure that's awful. I mean, I have a friend in Woodbine. He wears a rug, and it's a horrible looking rug, and everybody knows it's a rug, but he just continues to wear it. And you want to say to him, Mike, don't you know? I mean, yeah.
But it doesn't look real. We got a few people here.
But if it's what he likes for him,
yes,
then it should be okay.
The other thing that guys do here is they will dye their hair, and it's usually very, very, very dark. Almost like, why did you dye it that dark? Because you can tell that you're
right.
That dark of hair.
Well, you look at a lot of people, and to me, it's the hair doesn't match the skin complexion.
Right.
Eyebrows and
and Stanley's hair.
Yeah.
So when Stanley was before we split, and he was going through his crisis, he dyed his hair black.
Oh, he did. I didn't know.
He dyed his hair black, and it was when he was wearing lots of teenage clothes but he dyed his hair black, and when he did it, I went, oh my gosh.
So did he do his eyebrows and his beard too?
No, just his head.
That's lost on guys sometimes, I think.
I'll live with what I was dealt.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
That's what we say here. In fact, I probably have just a tad more gray than Mom. And people don't believe that she doesn't color her hair. And I said, nope, never color her hair.
Thea's mom didn't have gray hair.
She didn't have any either?
Thea does, but her mom didn't. It's kind of amazing. And her dad was white-headed. So by the time I met him, it was funny. If I haven't told you a story, when Thea and I got married before I met her parents, and so we're going to the airport to pick them up one day, and I said, "Well, how will I know, what your parents look like?" And she said, "Well, my dad's really short. He's about 5'2" or something like that, and he's got brown hair." And we met them. His man was totally white. And she didn't see it. She just flat didn't see it.
Right.
He'd always been a brunette, still was a brunette.
That is pretty cute. Huh.
I was like, what? Do you know? Look at your dad.
Where's that brown hair?
Yeah. So it's pretty funny.
Wow.
So you guys got plans today?
She
Besides
does.
Gotta Kirkland's and take a mirror back.
Did you buy a bedspread yet?
Haven't found one.
No
rug,
Did
no
you
bedspread.
go to Penny's?
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Pennies.
all loud colors and bold.
Penny's, Belk's, and Macy's in Ocala. We went to all three of them.
So is Bed Bath & Beyond shut down yet?
Yes,
They're shut down already.
yeah.
Tuesday morning shut down.
Yep. Tuesday morning shut down.
Steinmart shut down.
Right. My favorite store.
Oh, you like that store.
I love that store.
Me too. And
So all
so
that
did,
leaves is Kohl's. Is Kohl's in danger?
No, Kohl's is still there.
they ain't got nothing.
Right.
Oh, really?
Kohl's has the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
The thing I bought from Kohl's was the brand Chaps.
Yeah.
They don't have that anymore. They don't carry that brand anymore.
Oh.
I mean, they haven't for over a year, and I just went, well, that's sad because that was a higher quality
Right.
garment,
Right.
and but they don't carry it anymore.
But they have some it's like a perfume, cosmetic, jewelry kind of insert in there called Sephora.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of the store than the men's and the women's wear.
Wow.
At our Kohl's here, the Amazon line takes up a good part of the store.
Right?
And have it online in case I need to send something back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, at least you get something for going in. So
Yeah, right.
And if you buy anything from the catalog brands or whatever it is, you have to take it back to Alter.
Lane, is it? Oh, yeah, I don't know what it is. Whatever that magazine you had.
Yeah.
Which is handy.
Felix
She bought
tell-
Read and had to send it back because it was too heavy and not right.
I don't want to make Jeff Bezos any richer, but it's kind of hard not to like Amazon's returns.
Right.
I mean, it's so easy.
It is
Well,
easy.
now that they, went into Kohl's.
Well, no, I have a UPS store by my house.
Oh,
I can go there, I can send it to Kohl's. I can have it picked up, I can
that's
take-
true.
But Amazon,
I mean, they were smart. They've been very smart with how they've progressed over the years.
I like it that they can access various products pretty easily. Anything from iPhone accessories to mats to rugs to
Right?
I mean, how ingenious. And they probably don't, they have these huge warehouses, but they probably don't house absolutely everything because sometimes it'll say, if they're saying, like, I've got to order dog food today, bring with me to Texas. And,
Ordered mine 2 days ago and got it yesterday.
well, I ordered mine yesterday, but I'm having a problem ordering from Lori's account, so I've had to set up my own account. And so I'll order today, or tomorrow. But anyway, it's like it's got all the, everything that I ordered for paprika, and I can't remember that extra item I ordered for me. But anyway, it all comes together if you say ship on this date,
Right.
so they can get it together.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, like you, I ordered my dog food and then I ordered their treats.
Yeah.
And they're things, so everything comes before I leave.
The supply that they operate is just phenomenal.
I haven't done pet food, and our Publix hadn't the pet food aisle has been decimated since the pandemic started.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I was in there yesterday buying cat food, and it was the first time I'd seen the aisle full in 3 years.
Wow.
And he said, "Yep." He said, "It's pretty rare."
Hey, go to Walmart. Be careful. Use your charge card. Yesterday I got charged $400 and $300 that wasn't mine.
Wow.
What happened is apparently her credit card didn't clear after she bought her order, and the cashier didn't do it right, and so the guy behind her had tons and tons and tons of steaks and all kinds of stuff, and $383 worth of stuff, and it was all put on her card.
That is so strange though, because if she got she should have gotten a receipt, and that would have
She
closed it out.
When she got to the door, she realized she didn't have her receipt, so she turned around and went back to the cashier, and the cashier said, "Oh, I don't have your receipt, but don't worry about it, they'll let you out." So she left, not worried about it. So we went back, we drove back out there that evening, and the lady said, "I'm so glad you came back," and she had written on top of the ticket, "the 88-year-old woman."
Wow.
There's a story behind that, but anyway, she said, "Oh, we're gonna credit you back what he bought, not what's on yours." But I checked last night; it hasn't been credited back. It's still the $400 and some charge. So
It takes a week or so for credits to clear.
well,
Yeah.
that's not fair if it's going to take a week.
It's
I bought
not fair, but it does happen.
those 2 bottles of wine, so the boy was only 17 years old, so he had to get the manager to ring up the wine.
Right.
So he didn't give me the receipt. And so when I went back to him, he didn't have it.
And all that went on Mom's card.
And I told the manager, I said, I laughed about when he wasn't but 17 years old. And I said, well, I got 2 8s in my age, and that's how she wrote down the 88-year-old woman. So.
Cute. Well, sorry that happened to you, Mom, but at least they caught it. I mean,
Yeah.
Of course,
right.
I guess that guy got off for free, right?
Yeah.
I bet he was liking that.
$300 some worth he got.
Yeah.
Well, especially, meat. Any meat's costing a lot of money right now.
Right.
I just wondered how that transpired when he got up there, and he must, they would have
Right.
I don't know either. It's weird because I said, well,
Right. He went to go, swipe his card.
Yeah.
all I know,
And then the 17-year-old probably said, "Oh, it's all taken care of."
right. Well, meaning you don't need anything. So I don't know. All I know is I told Mom, I said, that's a good lesson for both of us to always get our receipt and look at it.
Well, they ask me all the time now here, do you want your receipt? And I say, yes, all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of people say no, but before me. But I do a lot of my own checkout since I'm not buying a whole lot.
Yeah.
But they always ask me, and they seem perturbed that I want my receipt.
I always get a receipt.
Well,
I do it at the gas station. I do it at every place. I get my receipts. Because you never know when something will be questioned and you don't have it.
So the only place I don't get a receipt is when I go and fill up in gas because my American Express automatically sends me a receipt.
Yes, and yeah.
By the way, I got you a BJ card.
You got me one?
Yep.
Oh, have you been to Sam's?
No, but I'm thinking about going over to compare to see what the air fryer would be there versus BJ.
Yeah, and so, Mom, some of the things, like I've mentioned to you before, some of the things Mom uses are cheaper at Sam's for her to get than at the grocery store.
I thought we should go over there at some point and check everything out. I haven't had a chance since I got back.
Well, and if not, I'll be glad to take Mom to Sam's.
I had to go renew my BJ's card, and I said, well, my spouse is now deceased. Is the lower bill? She says, no, it's the same price. And I'm like, oh, well then I'm going to put somebody else on it. And so I just put your name on it. So I got you a BJ card.
Well, thanks.
So your Lori's Prime account, it expired?
No, it just renewed in December, but because for whatever reason, it gets this suspicious activity, I guess. I don't know what it is, even though I have the password and everything. And it's painful to try to figure all that out because when it gets locked out, you're locked out for 24, 48 hours. Then
but
you go back.
You can do the reset immediately, Betsy.
I
Reset the password?
Yes, but that's what creates the suspicious activity. So therefore, they're not wanting me to do it because I don't know. It's the way it works when you reset. They're going to send you the link to the myirsolutions.com.
Right.
When Lori passed away, MyR Solutions canceled her email because the guy I have handling all that and doing all the security, they canceled. So I have no access to her email anymore. And that's the big hang up. So I called Amazon and tried to figure it out. And they're like, no, we can't do anything about it, blah, blah, blah. But I got back in 24 hours later. So I ordered some more stuff, did some business. And then last night I go to order, and then it wants to, now it has this extra step precaution that's going to send a message to her email. And I'm like, oh, good grief. Even though she's got her Gmail as a backup, it doesn't go to that one. It goes only to the MyR Solution.
Usually we give you a choice between your email and your phone. Is your phone turned on?
It does both now.
Wow.
It sends because I have her phone and it comes to the phone and I can quickly put it in, but then it pops up and says, oh, blah, go to the email. So I opened up my own Prime account. All my Alexis's are now on my Prime account except for one. And once I get, I've made a copy of all the stuff that we get on a regular basis. I'm just going to do it I'm just going to cancel hers after I transition everything because it's kind of a pain. I had some.
It's pretty frustrating to keep getting locked out.
And I had cameras, Amazon cameras, put out one out front and one out back, and of course they link to all the echoes. So if I had it on, and because I was I thought I had all that covered that I could just easily put in Lori's password and her unique ID, her user ID. And we ran into a glitch and that's why I had to just do it. I had to just, let's just do me. So I'll fix my TVs back because I'd lost power to all the TVs and had to reset all the TVs. So
Oh, wow.
So,
that's frustrating.
It is a pain in the rump.
That's what I did yesterday,
Hey, and it's I understand they're trying to protect me, but this second verification, man, I've got on my, anytime something has Apple, our Apple account is tied to Thea's phone. So then they want to do the second verification, and I have to go all the way across the house or find her wherever she is and say,
it might be at the door,
Yeah.
But what happens for me is when I log in now to my Gmail account on the computer, it automatically sends something to my phone, and I have to open Gmail on my phone to say, yes, it's me.
Right.
Why do I have to do that? I used to be able to check her account, her Gmail, and Claude's Gmail to make sure we weren't missing anything because she never looks at her email. And now I can't because if I try to go into her account, they won't send a message to her phone. So I'm like, okay, it's her email. She can check it or not. Doctor.
Do you ever check your cell phone, Mom? Do you ever carry your cell phone?
She doesn't check her messages.
I don't care about it.
But do you
wanted
carry
us to send you text. Are you checking?
Do you carry your cell phone with you?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Most of the time, but I don't hear it.
Oh, well, did you see the picture I sent you of the flowers you guys sent?
I told her that you sent it and it's beautiful.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, because, it's hard to, I can't send you a picture to the landline.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Aw.
Did you get your speaker set up?
Huh?
Did you get your speaker set up?
Not yet, no. Snaffle, stop crying. It's been an interesting time with all the hammering and because they're replacing the roofs on all the buildings. And I'm trying to keep my dogs from getting
Anxious.
extremely anxious. So I tend to sit still and hold my dogs so that they don't freak out.
So when did they start?
What?
Go ahead, Tom.
When did they start?
Well, they started 2 weeks ago, but they had to stop because of all the rain. And then they were supposed to let us know when they were going to specifically start on my building. And then all of a sudden they were here. And I'm glad that I moved all of my furniture inside. My neighbors didn't. They left all their furniture on their porches. And, but, I mean, they just didn't care what they were throwing off the roof.
Right.
No.
And I'm glad I did it. And plus I'll just keep everything inside while I'm away. So if there are any storms, but they still have a lot to do. They have to come back and put gutters on and paint and do a lot of stuff still. But
Wow.
it's been interesting. The hammering and everything initially was freaking my dogs out. So we stayed downstairs so they wouldn't hear it as much. And I kept them on my lap and talked to them.
So they're doing a whole line of townhouses at a time rather than each one.
There's 11, yes.
Yeah.
And they're working on multiple houses at the same time.
Right.
And they have a large crew. What were you saying, Mom?
The reason I don't bother with my phone because I can never work it.
Oh.
So that's why it's just that I'm not good at it. I don't know how to do it. So I can call and that's it.
Yeah.
You can answer.
Pardon?
If I hear it. Yeah.
We hear it most of the time when I call. My ring must be good. You hear it most of the time when I call.
Yeah, because yours rings through the Google.
Oh.
When I'm at home, it rings
Nobody
through
else's rings through the Google? Wow. No one else's rings through Google?
No, just yours.
Huh.
Wonder why.
I'll have to research that one.
Like you are. Other people are calling from their phone to her phone, not through Google.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start calling through Google.
Well, yeah, okay, I use Google Voice. Okay, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Smart. I didn't think of that. I called her yesterday. I had the HVAC guy coming in to check up on her new, it's been a year since we installed the new HVAC system. And she said she would be there. And I called the landline and then I called her phone. I called the landline. I called her phone. I called the landline. I called her phone. I called her. I had a worker here putting in cameras. And I finally had to get on my bicycle and ride down there and wake her up. And I said, "Did you hear the phones ringing?" No. All right.
I had been awake all night and went to sleep.
She was out, man.
I had took enough that should have been dead to go to sleep.
For a minute, I thought she was, actually.
Because I took.
For what it's worth, I got the Google Voice 12 years ago or something like that because, at the time, transitioning your phone number from one vendor to the other was still relatively new.
Yeah.
And getting a Google Voice number meant that I could keep that number and change the underlying phone as many times as I wanted. So, and that plus as bukus of features, if it wouldn't apply to you guys, but say for somebody like Justin or who's setting up different sports leagues or something, you could have it set up so that a certain line, a certain groups of people that would call you, they get one message, then another group would get another message. And
that's pretty cool.
It is cool. And you can
cool.
You can set up VIP people, that they get through no matter what. So
We have
That is really cool.
MyR Solutions has a number so that it wasn't tied to our personal cell phones. It's tied to the business line that will come to the cell phone of whoever wants to answer. So now it goes to Suresh, not me. Lori's phone.
Yeah. But that's why I have the Google Voice. And it's worked out quite well for me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Especially since it was free,
And especially since the amount
I'm sorry.
I said, especially since Mom will answer your calls.
Yeah,
Right?
I get special attention now.
Right,
You are special.
son. Firstborn.
Pardon?
Firstborn.
Always
Yeah,
have
I'm sorry.
they wanted. Always hear the landline.
Well, Mom wants to go a few places.
Okay.
And do that before it's too late.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's fun, guys.
Love you.
Love you too. You guys have a good time.
Thank you.
Good. Tell Grayson we hope he wins.
Okay, I'll
Yes.
tell him.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye. Now, what is this here piece of paper? Claude?